The Master Sword is one of the most iconic weapons in not just the Zelda franchise, but probably all of gaming. And if you have played through Skyward Sword, then you probably know the origin of the Master Sword and how the Blade of Evil's Bane was formed. But a question still lingers. Where did the creators of Zelda come up with the idea for the Blade of Evil's Bane? While researching this topic, I actually found a few different theories that would kind of work, but only one makes the most sense to me. And this theory will actually come as a shock, but it actually also made me come to a logical conclusion. What if this sword actually draws inspiration from a famous legend that almost everyone has heard of? And that legend is the legend of King Arthur. If you haven't heard of the legend of King Arthur was the king of the kingdom Camelot. There are two different stories of King Arthur and how he gains his magical sword Excalibur, but one suggests that it was given to him by a mythical being, the Lady of the Lake. But I'm going to be focusing on this other theory because this other theory relates closest to the legend of Zelda. So, as a boy, King Arthur finds the sword known as Excalibur fixed in a stone. Already, you could probably see the resemblance between the story of King Arthur and Zelda, but King Arthur is said to be the only one that can hold this sword, much like Link is the only one that can pull the Master Sword out of its pedestal and wield it because he has the blood of the hero. So you see the similarity already off the bat, right? There's some similarity here. King Arthur is the only one that can wield the sword Excalibur, and Link is the only one that can wield the Master Sword. No one else can. But there is even more. In Legend of Zelda, the Master Sword is a magical sword that has been bathed in divine light and is the only sword capable of defeating evil. In Ocarina of Time, it also has the power to travel Link through time by 7 years when the sword is drawn from its pedestal, and much like the sword in Legend of Zelda, which has mystical abilities, the sword Excalibur was said to have the magical powers that can protect the user from any serious harm or losing any blood from injury. So the Master Sword and Excalibur are also very closely related with their mystical powers that they possess, which is really cool. And the theory of Excalibur also states that King Arthur was able to defeat 400 warriors in battle by himself. And here is the most interesting piece to me. His sword, King Arthur's sword, emitted a blinding light that would blind his enemies, just like the Master Sword emits a light off of it, a sacred light, after it is drawn from the pedestal. Or in Skyward Sword, after it is fully upgraded, it shines a mystical and divine light. Even in the beginning, it shines off a otherworldly glow. So, what do you guys think of this? Do you think that the Master Sword is inspired by the Legend of King Arthur and is inspired by the sword Excalibur? This is a little bit of a mystical history lesson, I guess you could say. But what do you guys think about this? Do you think that this sword could be the inspiration for the Master Sword? Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this theory. And if you enjoyed today's theory and want to see more videos just like this one, then smash that subscribe button. Brand new Zelda content every single week. Thank you all so much for watching today's Zelda video. I will see you all next Friday in a brand new Zelda video.